Calling all whiskey lovers, Angelo DePaola, the Coastal Connection with eXp Realty. I'm so excited. March 23rd, Fisher's is doing a whiskey dinner upstairs with our good friend, Lee Kennedy. And let me just tell you, Lee Kennedy is Matthew McConaughey cool. He's like the Tennessee version of Matthew McConaughey. He's a guy that used to be a financial advisor, stockbroker, big time, and then he went back to his roots, went and visited his own motherland of Ireland, decided to produce Leiper's Fort whiskey. He is methodical about what he does. And Bill, tell us a little bit about the dinner and the concept here.
The whole concept was obviously whiskey and food seems weird to people. So, Lee had come up with drinks and we tasted drinks and came up with the flavor profiles of the drinks as well as the neat pours. And then we sat down and started discussing the food pairings because we knew what the drinks were going to taste like. So
now, how did you figure out? Can you tell us about that process? What did you have?
It's a lot of drinking and tasting, but then also knowing, fat, smoke, sweet, how it's going to match with these different flavors and these different whiskeys. This is going to be an epic dinner because of how hard we worked on making sure that each of these things work with the flavor profiles of all the cocktails.
And it's the first time y'all have ever done
Definitely
this.
The first time. We're so happy to be able to do it with Leiper's Fort. And like I said, Lee Kennedy is the best. He's one of our closest family members of the restaurant, and he's been here from the beginning. So we wanted to do this as a celebration for him to be in Alabama. It's going into ABC, and so this is kind of his celebratory party, and we're going to really rock it out with the food and the drinks. We've worked extremely hard to make sure that this is going to be the best.
Yeah, so this is going to be our past cocktail with our past apps to begin with. We are going to pay homage to the first whiskey they produced at Leiper's Fort Distillery, Old Natchez Trace white whiskey. Might as well call it moonshine, right? But it's a little bit more refined than that. Cocktail we're going to do is going to be a play on a ranch water, but we're using moonshine instead of the tequila. So first, we're going to use the white whiskey moonshine. Yeah, all these drinks are going to be a little bit smaller than your normal pours. You got to taste it. It's going to be a long night if you don't. So this is going to be a little bit of citric acid. Ranch waters typically have lime juice in them, but it clouds the drink. I wanted to pay homage to the clear whiskey and keep this cocktail completely clear. Add a little bit of orange bitters. Don't want to cloud it up by shaking it, so we're going to stir this drink. And then we're going to top it off with our friend Topo Chico, little sparkling water out of Mexico. And so this is our play on a ranch water.
But talk about, look, when you start, the smell. So you smell it, you smell like corn.
Smell corn,
right?
whiskey. But whenever you taste it, it's going to really surprise you as what the flavor profile is. So
refreshing, but yet dangerous.
I had no idea that that's what that was going to taste like. This is like something you could drink on your porch in the afternoon on a Friday
by the
afternoon.
Pool, on a boat.
The corn whiskey that really ramps up that flavor profile, and then it's nice and clean, crisp in the middle, and then as you exhale, you still get a little bit of that corn whiskey. But
Bill, what are we going to be eating with this?
So we're going to do a poblano corn cake, which is going to be kind of our vegetarian play. We always try to have one vegetarian pass. Not that that's very impressive. Super delicious. We did this fun play on hot chicken. It's not the oil base, so it's more like a hot wing. But we're going to pound it out, and so it's whiskey, honey, and hot sauce that we're making ourselves. And so we'll toss the little chickens on it, and we're doing this biscuit that's a folded biscuit, so it's going to be more like puff pastry, but still be biscuit. So it's going to be, and we're going to put a little slaw on top for a nice little bite. But if you think about that heat with this refreshing drink, it's really going to set it off. Oh, then ceviche. So again, ceviche, ranch water, it's hot, summertime, refreshing. This was the surprise drink for us, so we could change the appetizers, and then we can put the heavier smoked fatty dishes on the tasting menu after you sit down. So the apps are going to be real light, which you wouldn't think would work with whiskey, but it works so good with this cocktail. We'll also have some sparkling champagne to serve with it as well, but I recommend starting with this. It's going to get the day going real fast.
What's the thing that got you excited about this?
I mean, all the dishes are great. The second to last course will be the entree course, is a ballantine. A ballantine is basically some type of bird or some type of, we're going to use rabbit, but it's boned out, and then we put sausage in the center of it. We roll the whole rabbit around it, wrap it in caul fat, and then what we'll do is that'll be in sous vide simmering so it's perfectly tender and cooked. We'll take it out, we'll sear it on all sides, and then when we slice it, it's going to be this beautiful tender disc of heaven. We're going to top it with some caramelized Brussels sprouts. We're going to toss with our West Bank ham, which is this sweet brown sugar smoked ham, and then we're going to put a little goat cheese, whipped goat cheese on it for a little bit of tartness, and And what's that drink going to be, Lee? What are we going to drink with that one?
I think that one is going to be a straight pour of the bourbon whiskey bottled in bond. You're going to get 6 total whiskeys. The first one will be the white whiskey with the past apps. Then you're going to have 3 other cocktails, and then we're going to finish with 2 straight pours. So the straight pour is going to be the bourbon whiskey bottled in bond, and then we're also going to straight pour for dessert their single barrel cask strength rye whiskey. That'll be going with a souffle. Isn't that what we're doing?
Yes, we're doing a hazelnut chocolate souffle. Man, we have put so much time in this. It is going to be the best dinner. And what not a great way to start the summer off, going from the whiskey dinners rolling into our Southern Grace events this year. I'm really excited.
We have Lee Kennedy here, who's passionate about whiskey. Lee Jones, who's passionate about cocktails. We have you here. I mean, dude, you are excited about the food. Like, if you've ever come to the Southern Grace dinners, you understand it's not just the food. It's like theater, really, because you guys come out and explain why this goes with this. You get to hear the story behind the whiskey. We've got great whiskey. We've got great food.
And it's going to be full of great people. Yeah. I mean, how can this not be amazing?
March 23rd, 6 p.m.
This is going to be something special. This isn't going out any normal night, even here or anywhere else. This is going to be a super cool meal. It's just going to be a first class event. Y'all always do first class events. March 23rd, 6 p.m. We'll see you there.
We need to finish with Lee's.
Let's have the dessert course here.
This is the dessert course. So this is
this as a dessert.
This is one of me and Lee's favorites.
Yeah, this is the single barrel cask strength rye.
So this is going to go with the souffle, but it's going to be a good way to finish this little video.
It's
y'all get on Constant Contact or wherever we're doing these tickets. I think you can get them right through the website.
You can go to fishersobm.com.
See you on the 23rd. If you're watching this, I better see you here.